What's up, guys? Test Only 22, Crate Junkies, episode 11. You need to go to the refrigerator right now, get a goddamn beer, cook a dinner, sit down, and just watch what I'm going to show you. Bottom line is just a lot of stuff. We're listening to, and I just got this today, Lita, and try to get some light working. Obviously, Lita Ford. This came out in '83. Obviously, Lita from the Runaways. Pretty cool. Cool thing, I met this guy, if you're familiar with Greeno's channel. I met this dude who knows Greeno like really good, and picked up, if you're familiar with his channel, you're familiar with the 7 inches that he picked up recently. Turn it down a little bit. A big collection of 7 inches. Now, obviously Greeno didn't get all of those 7 inches. The guy still has some, and supposedly, Greeno said that he split, half and half with his friend. His friend got half, he got half, and then, obviously there's some left. Well, I got some of those 7 inches. Not a lot, because, I got them for retail. Well, not retail, but, the guy was doing, 4 for 10 or something like that, which wasn't so bad. But some pretty good stuff in here, so I'm going to go through them. But it's pretty cool because they're, right out of the collection Greeno got. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm just going to start this off right now, quickly showing some CDs. This is a rare Eazy-E CD, and the name of it is Impact of a Legend. Basically, it's a PC game, an EP, and a DVD documentary. It has a little comic book with it, which is actually up there somewhere. I'm not going to really show you that. We ain't got a ton of time, so I'm just going to try to run through this stuff quick. We got a Hole EP. This is from, obviously, the band Hole, Kurt Cobain's girl, Courtney Love. This is one hell of an EP. It's got some live stuff on it. Over the Edge, Pale Blue Eyes, Drowned Soda. Doll Parts is on here, performed live. Just really good. I put this on and I was just like, I had to go listen to some Hole after this. I listened to, a whole record. Next one, that's one I already had. 2 Soundgardens, one from 90 and the other one from 88. One's an EP and one's a full length. One's actually 2 EPs on one CD, and then there's this one, which is a full length from 88. Both not necessarily rare, but you don't see them all the time, which is cool. Some cool little tapes here. We got Goo Goo Dolls, Superstar, Car Wash. We got the Lemonheads, Come On Feel, the Lemonheads. We got Anthrax, Sound of White Noise, which is a pretty good record. We got the Gin Blossoms, New Miserable Experience. We got Helmet. This is a good record. Meantime. This Helmet's the shit. Next one, Soul Asylum. And this is Soul Asylum Hang Time. I actually have this on vinyl. So we got those, which was pretty cool. And now just, I guess, getting into the vinyl. There's going to be stuff that I leave out. There's going to be some dollar bins. There's going to be some stuff I got from the record show. There's going to be some stuff that I just got at record stores, whatever. We'll start with just some, picked up this Maiden record. I'm trying to get my Maiden collection This is original 1984, I think, and this is just one I didn't have. And the name of it is Power Slave. This is just one I did not have for the longest time. I seen it around for a while, and I just never picked it up. I actually think I have this on CD. Actually, I know I have that on CD. So I got that. I picked up Soul Asylum, While You Were Out, which is a pretty cool record cover if you're into fat chicks. This is from '86 on Twin Tone Records, which is pretty cool. The only thing is down here it's got a little indent because there was a mark here, like one of those little cuts, but the bottom part ripped off, so they just squared it off, which is really not a big deal. It doesn't affect anything. Like, it's all beautiful on the inside. Next one, this is an original. This is from the Record Club, I guess. I'm not really sure too much about it, but Cherry Bomb's on this, which I was pretty happy about. It's obviously not the Runaways, but it is Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. This is Glorious Results of Misspent Youth. This is one I never seen, and I'm, picking up everything I can find by Joan Jett or, even the Runaways, anybody from the Runaways, obviously Lita Ford. So that was cool. I've been really getting into like punk and new wave and post-punk stuff, so I picked up this record, which is like one of those records that's just like kind of iconic in a way. It's not really like, it's from '79. It's One Step Beyond by Madness. It's a pretty good record. Check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Next one, we got a Sex Pistols record, and I think this is just like a comp with some live stuff and some like rare type things on it, rarities. And I think the name of it is We've Come for Your Children. We've Come for Your Children. Come spelled C-U-M. Sex Pistols. Yeah, I don't know too much about this. Kind of just picked it up because I like Sex Pistols, and I just figured, why not? Kind of just wanted to get something, so I picked it up. I made a classic mistake at a record show. I took some records out to the car earlier in the day, and I forgot what I got because I was just so, going with getting records that I ended up buying two of the same record. So now I have two copies of Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind. So if anybody wants a copy of this, I don't know what I'm going to do. It kind of sucks because I kind of knew I had it. I was like, when I picked up the second copy, I said to myself, I think I have this already. And then I thought in my head, like, what do I have at home? And I wasn't thinking that I just got it. But I was like, man. But anyway, it's cool to have, it's a good record. So, it's not like a big deal. Next one I got, this is Girls' School, Running Wild. I'm not really too familiar except for that it's like 80s, I'm guessing like kind of punkish. Kind of reminds me of like a Runaways or something. I never really heard of it. Girls' School, I think I've heard of Girls' School, but I've never really like got into it like that. It's a pretty cool picture there on the front. The cover looked pretty cool, and the chicks are pretty cute. So like I figured I'd check it out, and I love female rockers and shit, so I figured why not. Two new records that I got, which are actually three new records. Well, I'm going to show these two first. Kiss and Green Day. Kiss's Monster and Green Day's Uno. The Green Day record, I'll talk about it briefly, and I'll talk about both of them kind of briefly. The Green Day record's nothing like American Idiot or like even some of their older stuff. It's okay, but it's something that's going to have to grow on you, I think. I think right off the bat, you're not going to love it. But I think if you give it a try, there's some good stuff on it, but it's mostly like kind of like power pop-ish. Not necessarily like more like punk rock like their older stuff. There is some hints and there is some, shades of punk rock you can see, but it's a lot of power pop stuff. The Kiss is basically just like a new Kiss record. It's not that bad. I've only ever spun it once, so I can't really give too much of a, insight on it, but I will say that it's not terrible. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that any of the songs really made me jump out of my chair either. But it's a new Kiss record. It's cool to have. And it's just nice to see that they're still doing music. You know what I mean? Next one. This was Dr. Deadwax was talking about this record in one of his newer videos. This is Patti Smith's Horses. This is a record I've never listened to, never got the chance to really actually hear this record or, you know, take some time with it. Personally, I put it on and I really wasn't that enthralled by it. Kind of like the next record I'm going to show. It just wasn't my style. And I'm not saying I don't like post-punk type stuff or new wave or whatever. I love that type of music. It just depends, you know? Now, I'm going to give it a couple more spins because I know it's a classic record, and I know there is some other stuff by Patti Smith I really do like, and there is some songs by her that I like, but like some of her poetry type stuff, I really don't dig that. Like, I never really liked, you know, stand-up poetry type stuff. I like things that rhyme or that sound good or that are harmonious, and some of her stuff isn't like that. Although it is a good record. I mean, definitely don't let what I say deter you from picking that record up. It's, you know, it's a classic record. I mean, it deserves for me to give it some more listens, because I'm not going to jump to any hasty conclusions and say it's terrible based on a first listen, because sometimes first listens you're expecting something and you don't get what you expect, so you kind of like, you know what I mean? The next record I want to talk about, and I want to talk about this very briefly. It's funny because I posted a picture of this, and I've seen people talk about this record. I know Captain Beefheart. I've heard a lot of his older stuff, and I liked a lot of his older stuff because it was just more, I don't know how you want to call it, like psychedelic garage, psych, whatever. And I really dug his older shit. Now, I'm not going to also call myself no like Captain Beefheart expert either. I'm not, by any stretch of the imagination. But this was a record that I was expecting to be really good, and when I put on side one, I thought to myself, what drugs were they on when they put this record out? Let me know now so I can stay as far away from that drug as possible, because I never, ever, ever want to make music or speak or even have the same thought process that it must have took to create something so such a monstrosity. The first fucking side, and I can't speak for the rest of it because I didn't get past the first side. This album is terrible. I mean, it is fucking, I mean, I'm sorry. I know some people love that type of stuff that's like hideous and like, you know, it just makes you just want to fucking jump out of your skin. It's so terrible. Some people actually like that because they think they're like being artsy because of it. Well, guess what? Good music is good music, and this, my friend, is not good music. And if you think it is, you need to have yourself checked into a hospital or something. But anyway, it's Captain Beefheart's Trout Mask Replica. A lot of people love this record, or, you know, like it for whatever reason. I think the cover's pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to sit here and down the whole record. I only listened to the first side, and I'm not an expert. So who knows? Maybe there's some good shit on the rest of the record. I probably won't ever find out, because I don't think I'm going to be returning to this one anytime soon. Next one. The Vinyls. This actually is a pretty decent record. Good, you know, fucking new wave shit. I'm digging it. The Vinyls are catchy. They're good music. It's fun. It's okay. I mean, it's not like something super spectacular, but it was okay. I listened to that a couple times. This record, it was a funny story. I picked this up at a yard sale for like super duper cheap. And the day before, I actually bought it at a record store because I wanted to get something by Madness, because I have never heard, I've heard songs by them, but never really had a full experience. So I picked this up at a record shop. The next day, I went out and found it at a yard sale for $1. Now, I didn't pay much for it at the record shop. It was like $3 or something. But anyways, the Madness, basically like a complete 16-hit track. So basically like a greatest hits of the Madness. Obviously an 80s new wave type band. Next one, Bob Marley Live. Bob Marley and the Wailers Live. Always nice to find good, you know, reggae on vinyl. I actually passed up some Toots today, and I passed up some Peter Tosh that I really shouldn't have, but I just didn't have the money to go around to get that stuff, so I really wanted to get just some stuff that I didn't hear before. Next one, this was a recommendation from a friend. We got this for 50 cents at a Goodwill. I put this on and barely listened to one song before I took it off and almost threw it across the room in complete disgust. This record sucks ass. don't ever pick this fucking thing up. Don't listen to anybody who tells you this shit is good. This shit is not good. Good music is not this, okay? If you look up the definition of good music in the motherfucking dictionary, you are not going to find a picture of Carla bone off, alright? No fucking way. No way in hell. Next one. Purely a Cheesecake pickup. Nipples, I love them. Crown Heights Affair, Do It Your Way. And I'd like to do her my way is what I'd like to do. But other than that, the music's fairly good. Funk, soul, same label, the D-Light label that the Kool and the Gang were on. So it's somewhat similar to them in a way. Crown Heights Affair, didn't listen to much of it, but it's okay. Pick this up. I already have this, but it was super duper 50 cent cheap. It has the inner booklet still attached, which mine doesn't have. Has the inner posters, so for 50 cents, I'm not going to pass it up. I can always sell it someday. Next one, this is another blind buy, Goodwill, 40 cent thing. Adam Ant, the album Strip. There's a song on here called Puss in Boots. Are you fucking kidding me? Didn't listen to it yet. Not going to talk shit on it until I know about it. Next record, and let's keep it moving here at a fairly fast pace so we can get through this stuff. We got a lot. Another soundtrack. This is one I didn't have. Return of the Jedi. Always wait for this stuff, man, because you're going to find it. Found this in a Goodwill, 50 cents. Gatefold, original inner sleeve, mint condition. It's got like an inner thing with it. Picture and everything's intact. Great condition. And that's a $6 bill right there. $8, whatever you want to put on it. I'll probably keep it. With the holidays coming up, Halloween, I found this Halloween horror music, you know, for Halloween. I figured I'd pick this up for my little kid. She'll love it. This was one I seen at a Goodwill a couple weeks ago in beat terrible shape, but then I found it at a yard sale for $1, so I figured why not. That's Three Dog Nights. Suitable for framing, and this album probably blows ass. Who knows? It's one of those Three Dog Night records that I don't really see much. Haven't listened to it yet, so I guess we'll find out in the future. Next one. Now, this was a good find. This was a cheap original copy of Master of Puppets. Found this at one of my local record shops. Was very happy to find it. There's some light scratches, but it plays through complete and wonderful, and the light scratches are barely noticeable. And for the cheap price that I got it at, I would never pass a Metallica Master of Puppets up for that price that I got it at. Very cheap. This is a cover that I've been looking for. Kind of a Cheesecake cover if you like lips. This girl has some amazing lips on her. What a beautiful woman, but other than that, it's Saxon. Innocence is no excuse, and this record is a killer record by Saxon, and another one to add to my metal collection. Next one, Fabulous Poodles. Obviously, 78, I think this one came out in. Rock, you know, what do you want to call it? I don't know. I barely listened to this one, but I've had it sitting around for a while, and just figured I'd show it to you guys. Next one, this is Peter Tosh, Legalize It. Like I said, always trying to find reggae on vinyl. You know, you never see a lot, no matter where you are, you don't see a lot of reggae. So when I seen this, I grabbed it up, man. It was cheap. It wasn't expensive. It's good to add to the collection. This one I actually threw on the other night. Me and my girl were sitting here bagging up some vinyl, and I actually was thinking they might be like the Stray Cats. They look a lot like the Stray Cats. This is the Rockettes. Name of the album is Make That Move. It's a mini LP. It's actually really good. I definitely would like to give it a second spin because I feel as if it's one of those records that, like, I played through the first time. I like some of the tracks, but none of them really hit me hard. But I think if I gave this a second run through, I think I'd really latch on to some of the music on here. Because it was really good the first time through, but I think, you know, so like I said, sometimes you need to give things 2 listens to really catch it and let it hook into your mind and pull your brain with it. Anyway, Ramones, another original pressing here, Pleasant Dreams. We're going to go flip Lita really quick. So let me go flip Lita. You take a look at the stuff in the back of me while I flip Lita. Let me flip that bitch. That's what they used to call it back in the day when you fucked a girl in the ass, flipping a bitch. At least I think that's what they used to call it. I don't know. I'm not from too far back in the day. Anyway, Iggy and the Stooges. Raw Power, another original pressing. Actually, it's a UK pressing. See this all the time on reissue, but I never pick it up because I hate reissues. I like finding original pressings of stuff, so it was that record's day, as I like to say. Another Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. This is one I actually never seen before. This is good music. Like I said, I'm picking up all her stuff. Actually didn't get to spin this one yet, but I will get around to it soon. Now this one was amazing, and I went to the record show looking for more by this band and just couldn't find anything. And I was actually surprised. The Church, SYNTH. This one is side A, plays through great. Side B skips a lot, and it's really scratched up. I got it for like 50 cents. But I picked it up because the cover was in really good shape, and I still got to listen to it, at least preview the album. But let me tell you that this is one record that I definitely am going to want to go find a very good plus, you know, mint copy of, because this is one hell of a fucking record. I do love it. This is like new wave, post-punk, whatever at its best. I mean, this is good shit. Really digging that shit. Ever since I listened to this, I've been looking for The Church with no luck at all. But I think I'll come across some stuff sooner or later. Stray Cats, Rant and Rave. Picked this one up. This is one I didn't have. Almost completes my Stray Cats collection because they do not have many records. These are some dollar finds or yard sale finds. This is Steve Perry's Straight Talk. This is one I've had before but got rid of in a trade pile. But I will tell you something about this record. It's in like mint condition. Still got the shrink on it. The vinyl's beautiful, and that's kind of why I picked it up. And it was a yard sale. Very cheap. Next one, another, you know, weird kind of pickup. This is Laura Briggan, Hold Me. She's holding a Raggedy Ann doll. I don't know, I thought she was kind of cute, but, you know, who knows? This might get tossed in a trade or, you know, whatever. We'll see what happens. This is another Cheesecake. We got Charlie. No Second Chance. It's a little fucked up here, but it was cheap. I kind of just got it for the picture on the front. This is one of those, I guess, famous Cheesecake ones. One of the more famous Cheesecake covers. So I picked that up. Next one, this is a comp. A punk rock comp from the 80s. A UK press. It's got bands on it like The Tubes, Generation X, Sham 69, Stranglers, New York Dolls. Advert, Stiff Little Fingers, $9.99. Dr. Feelgood, Damned, and another Sham 69's on there too. And I think there's 2 New York Dolls tracks, too, as well. And it's called Personality Crisis. Like I said, it's a UK press. Kind of cool-looking record. And it was fairly cheap, so I picked that up just to throw on some comp stuff. Scram Stand Up, another punk rock album from, I believe, like 87, late 80s stuff. Check that one out. Don't know much about it yet until I spin it. We got a Boomtown Rats, Mongo Bongo, Mondo Bongo. This is the one with the poster. The one I have does not have the poster, so I picked this one up because I wanted the poster. The next 2 are Devo records. The one's an EP, the one's a full length. We've got Devo. Oh no, it's Devo, and this is the one with the back that folds out that you can sit it up like a picture frame. You pull this out. If you can see it, it's like cut. And then you can sit it up like this so it stays up, but who the hell would do that? And then we got the EP for Peekaboo. So, Peekaboo, Peekaboo. Yeah, so that's cool. Something to add to the Devo collection. Another Cheesecake, but also kind of like good music pickup as well. Robert Palmer. I mean, you see the butt, you see the high heels, then you get a closer view of it over here. But this is a Robert Palmer album that I don't have, and I didn't have, and I figured, you know, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You know, getting a Cheesecake and getting a record that I never listened to might as well. Next one, kind of another Cheesecake pickup, Feeling Fresh. This one's, you know, not in great shape. It's got some ring wear and stuff, but it was super cheap, so I grabbed that. Just to see what it's about. Another Divinyls record. This is Desperate. Love this cover. You know, I guess you guys know by now I like women. And sexy women at that, so you know, I figure I pick up stuff like that. Next one, and there's a little story behind this. The record show I went to, there's a man in this band, okay, by the name of Kenny Jeremiah, and Kenny Jeremiah was in this little band here called the Soul Survivors, and they obviously sang the hit song "Expressway to Your Heart." And you know, I picked this up recently, not even knowing I was going to bump into the guy. And I bumped into him, and this is what he looks like now. I got his autograph here on the thing. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to slip it into the record and keep it with the record. So now I got an autograph by one of the Soul Survivors, which is pretty freaking cool. And, well, I want to flip it around so you can see it. But, yeah, so I met one of the Soul Survivors. He's pretty cool. He's singing more like, you know, easy listening type stuff nowadays. He has a new album out. If you want to go to iTunes and check it out, his name's Kenny Jeremiah. And, you know, it's not bad. I heard him sing. Ain't too bad. I mean, it's like, you know, barroom type music. But, you know, cool guy. And you might actually recognize him. I've seen him around. I've actually seen him around before I even knew who he was. I've seen him around. Getting on to some other stuff. There's a couple more things I wanted to show. And we're gonna try to go through these pretty freaking quick. KBC band. This is like some rock, 80s stuff. I really like the inner sleeve picture of these guys like in blood, but this record sucks. Alright, that was crap. Next one. The legendary Music Man Fats Domino. This was a good yard sale pickup. This is a double LP, and as you can see on the back, they did it with the other bands as well. But this is the Fats Domino version of that, you know, compilation type thing. I got to go through and clean those. Sha-Na-Na, all-time greatest rock and roll hits. I've had this before, but it was in terrible condition. Yard sale, cheap, fine. Picked it up. Big Trouble. I think I'm in big trouble for picking up something so freaking stupid. Now, I don't know what's on here. Didn't listen to it yet, but I'll get around to it. And when I do, I'll probably throw it in a trade pile. Next of kin. This is, I don't know, another Goodwill pickup. Kind of like the artwork. Wanted to just bring it home and see what it was all about. So I did. This was a cool one. This is the story of Star Wars Return of the Jedi, dialogue and music from the original motion picture. This is like really good condition, mint condition, still got the shrink on it. It has like a booklet with it, a big 6-page, like nice, cool Return of the Jedi booklets in there. The vinyl's really nice, and I collect Star Wars stuff, so that's right up my alley. A copy of Duran Duran 7 and the Ragged Tiger, or the Rage Tiger, in the shrink. Picked that up at a yard sale. Chipmunk Rock, Gatefold, something I kind of picked up from my kid. Picked that up at a yard sale. Diana Ross and the Supremes, Reflections in the shrink. Pretty cool pickup. Funk soul stuff. This cover I really liked. Ames Brothers, Destination Moon. It's pretty cool because they're like on this moon. It's one of those covers that you see that you just kind of like a lot because of they weren't really creative back in these days with covers, but this was pretty creative for the day. For the time, you know, you used to just get pictures of bands. It wasn't really nothing in the background, but this is pretty cool. It's actually labeled under Space Age, whatever the hell that means. Here's some more yard sale stuff. This is a Squeeze record I didn't have. Cozy Fan Tutti Frutti, or Cozy Fan Tutti Frutti. That's Squeeze. Labor of Love, UB40. Picked that up at the yard sale. Billy Squires. What's the name of this one? This one's kind of beat. Signs of Life. This might be a throw in a trade pile type thing. Share the Land, the Guess Who. Picked that one up. Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. Love is a Sacrifice. Some rock and roll there. Some, whatever. We got Synergy. Realizations for Rock Orchestra. Electric Realizations for Rock Orchestra. So it's like, you know, really early electronic stuff. Really early, like late 70s. Steppenwolf 7. Always see this beat up, but this one's in really good shape, so I picked it up. Nothing super special, but, you know, some Steppenwolf. Another copy of Toys in the Attic. This is kind of like a hard Aerosmith record to find, and it's one of their best. I already have a copy of it, but I figured, you know what, it was really cheap. Why not? Duke Ellington 66. This is a pretty, very, very good condition record. Ellington 66, man. Just some good old Duke Ellington. Picked up another copy of Def Leppard's Pyromania because I just couldn't let it sit behind. Mint copy, very beautiful. You know, there's always fans coming along that want to get a Def Leppard record, so you might as well pick them up. Next one, this is Cruzados After Dark. Didn't put this one on yet, but this is one that I want to spin soon. This is Alan Parsons' project, and this is Ammonia Avenue. This is one I think I already have, but I really love this back cover. It reminds me of like some craft work or something. And I mean, Alan Parsons was kind of like experimental, you know, stuff like that. This is New England, another 80s band, and the album is self-titled. Next one, this is a pretty popular record. Tracy Ullman, You Broke My Heart into 17 Places. Really good shrink, you know, mint condition. Picked it up, why not? Another Synergy. This is a gatefold. This is Synergy. I actually really love this gatefold. There's like some pictures of like old sequencers and like electronics and stuff like that. And this one came out in 76. So this one's even earlier than the other one I showed, I think. And the last couple records here, and the last I'm going to show you, there's the other madness that I got. This is the one I got at the yard sale, so I got this one for really cheap. This Little Richard record is pretty good, except for it needs a really good cleaning. Here's Little Richard. This actually goes for a lot of money, except for, I'm telling you, the vinyl, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to see what happens when I clean it. It's really, really beat up. I mean, I don't know if it's scratchy beat, but there's a lot of dust and just... I got to really take a good look at it and see what happens when I go to clean it, but it was a good find nonetheless. I mean, it was super cheap. And next one, Ink Spots. This is Ink Spots Volume 2, just kind of like an Ink Spots compilation from back in the, I guess, late 60s, something like that. I'm not sure the date, but yeah, Ink Spots are a pretty good band. Pick them up from time to time. Next one, Paco, Crazy Eyes. Really mint condition copy of this. I thought it was a gatefold, but it's not. Usually don't pick up Paco stuff, but when you're getting stuff for really cheap, I guess it's not a big deal. Now let's get into these 45s. We're already up at 30 minutes, but this is the 45s that Greeno, the same ones. These came out of the same collection that Greeno showed. These came right out of that collection. So we're gonna just show them. Some of these I'm not familiar with, kind of like he was. I don't know much about him. I heard he went after a lot of the women covers, but I found some that he missed. So, anyway, Young and Dumb, Jackpot. The Sex Offenders, the Loudmouths. Look at this. Look at this. Is funny. This is why I got it. Sex Offender, and then it says Muff Diver. You see that? Ain't that some shit? Oh, I love these fucking, I love this type of stuff. Youth Gone Mad, Tomorrow, Sanity, Yesterday, Innocence. And you got a picture of this young kid, like, listening to records and shit, and on the back you got this, like, punk rock little girl. Look at that shit, it's pretty cool. Next one, this is A Bad Case of the Splits, Volume 2. Iron Head's on here, and Electric Frankenstein. And it, like, folds out to this really cool picture, like, of Electric Frankenstein. There was a lot of these in there, so I'm pretty sure Greeno got one of these, too. Murder the Mind, Disassociate. Next one, this one, Four Non-Blondes, Spaceman. This is Made in England, Four Non-Blondes. I picked it up because I know who the Four Non-Blondes are, you know, so I figured why not? At least I know who they are. This is a really cool picture. That's kind of why I picked it up, too. Check that out. Isn't that hot? Oh, I love that type of shit. Anyway, this is the Nobodies. Politically Incorrect. Nice. Next one, Dear Mr. President, Superfly. This is Four Non-Blondes. This is another Made in England Four Non-Blondes. Dear Mr. President. This is off of like their super popular '90s album. What's the name of that album? I guess it's just self-titled. Remember that album? I have it on CD, tape, all that. There's a 45, right, or a 7-inch, right from that album. So that was pretty cool. The Dragons, Dirty Bomb. The Fixtures. This is one that he missed. This is like this sexy chick with a shotgun half fucking naked with cowboy boots on, laying on top of 3 dead bodies, some broken records, a suitcase of money, an American flag, an old TV. Well, you cannot get a better cover than that. Greeno, how could you have missed that? How could you have fucking missed that? That's going right on my wall. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. Awesome. I mean, just that's worth the money just for the fucking cover. Anyway, the bottom feeders. Ain't that kind of disgusting? The bottom feeders. It's got a picture of like a belly button on the back. Next and last but not least, the bowl mix. Or whatever, I don't fucking know. Some chick sitting on a fucking gravestone and shit. Thought that was pretty cool. So, I mean, that came right out of collection. I'm going to go see that guy next month and pick up some more shit. There's 2 more things I want to show you before I go. This is another record that is kind of popular, but it's not expensive. This is actually a sealed copy of Catholic Girls. Always wanted a copy of this just to like hang up on my wall or something. My shop actually has 2 copies of this, so I'm going to go pick up the other copy because this is one of those records, man. It's not like you're going to get money for it. It's not expensive. But that cover is just, you know, every man's desire. You know what I mean? Catholic schoolgirls, man. Everybody loves Catholic schoolgirls. Who the fuck doesn't? If you don't, you got problems. I got one more thing to show, and it's something that I normally don't show ever in my videos. Well, you know what? Let's go all out. There's 2 more things I want to show. And I might as well go all out. I picked up this. Now, I never picked these up. These are the 78 sets. And I've seen this one before. This is on Decca. This is the ink spots. And I've seen this before, but I never pick them up because they're always beat. Now, this one is falling apart a little bit, but the records are in really nice shape. And I paid $1 for this. So I figured, why not take a chance and bring it home? For $1, it's a complete, and usually they're not complete. Complete 78 set of the ink spots, and it's complete. Now the front page is falling off, but other than that, the vinyl is in really good shape, and it's the ink spots, man. Ink spots are pretty cool, so I figured why not. It's the only 78 set I own. Next one. This is another record book, 1,000 records. Just one hell of a fucking book. Covers. If you like, you know, a challenge, this is a challenge, man. Go pick yourself up a book like this and say to yourself, my goal is to get every record cover in here. And then when you complete it, you can make a video and tell me about it. How's that? But yeah, I mean, just really cool. If you ever get a chance to find one of these books, these record cover books, they're fun to look at. They're fun to read. Actually, there's one that I really want. If I can skip back right there. It's supposedly not hard to find. That was actually a band cover, but I really want that cover of that girl's tits. And not only for the tits, because I heard the music's actually fairly good as well. It's Blind Faith from 1969. So, anyway. Next one I picked up, and this is the last thing I'm going to show you guys. This is a New Wave Encyclopedia because I'm not that schooled on New Wave, and I'm really getting into New Wave. I want to learn more about it. So I picked up this New Wave book just to learn some of the band names and get more familiar so I can talk to you guys more knowledgeably about stuff. Obviously, I haven't read much of it because I have no idea what the difference between post-punk and New Wave and shit is yet. Like I kind of do. I get it, but I don't get it. I understand like where punk started and where New Wave ended and kind of where post-punk and post-punk and New Wave are kind of can be considered almost the same thing in a way. I'm under the assumption like it's a little confusing. The 80s were in a confusing time. And then there was like hair metal, and you know, a lot of the hair metal guys dressed like women, but then a lot of the new wave people dressed like women too, but like the hair metal was more, I guess supposedly supposed to be more like hardcore, but it wasn't hardcore. And then there was like metal like Maiden and Megadeth and stuff, but then there was like metal like Poison, and then there was like, I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, obviously I know all these things, I just don't, you know, I didn't live in that time, so I don't know like exactly how it was and how it felt to be around that type of stuff. And like if you were calling this guy a poser or this guy because he listened to Poison, all of a sudden he's, you know, a girly type dude, or is that how they looked at people? Like, who knows? You know, you're looking from now back. You have no idea how it was then. It's just like how people are going to look at us from now. You know, are they going to look at us like, oh, well, you listen to, you know, You see what I'm saying? I mean, people judge people on like the music they listen to and shit, and that's just the way it is. And I think it's retarded because me personally, I like it all. So, anyways, Test Dummy 22, 39 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Crate Junkies 11, and keep on digging. Peace. Oh yeah, check out my cool little Hello Kitty kiss bracelet. Isn't that fucking cool? Hello Kitty. My girl got that for me. It's all the Kiss members, but like kitties. Like Hello Kitties. So that was pretty cool. I don't know, something cool to like. I'm out.